everyone, and welcome to our newest episode, How to Hatch a Collared Lizard Egg. Now basically we're going to start with watching your gravid female lay her eggs. As you can see, we have a clip here in our nest box of actually a female just laying that one egg, and she'll push it down and bury it with the others. But again, we'll start with step number one. First, collecting the egg very carefully in the nest box. I've already dug it around very soft, and now I'm using my hand. So you can use a sterile glove. I washed my hands before because it's very important not to have any dirty dirt or any high volumes of bacteria or anything on your hand, because that can actually kill the egg while it incubates. But again, just carefully moving away the sand. You can see I'm just using my finger, feeling another egg there, and I'm going to gently move the sand away. And I'll actually show you guys here the whole process of me gently picking up the egg and then putting it into the container on the substrate that I have. I'll share you a link to where I actually can show you my incubation process and how to do the substrate that I do. Again, very carefully. It's almost like picking up a lima bean or something like that. So you can maybe even practice with one of those, and you can't squeeze these because they can pop. I've done this for years, so I've gotten used to just doing the right technique. I almost put my fingers underneath and let it sit in between the gap of my fingers, and then carefully bring it over. If you're not used to this, you can take the lizards out and literally put the container with the substrate in there. But again, I'm going to wipe some of the sand off because the sand can also cause issues. But again, some of the sand on there isn't too bad, and then you want to have it around 1/3 to 1/4 buried in the vermiculite. So I gently just push it around here, and then we're going to move on to the second step. Again, placing the eggs in damp substrate. So I have the whole clutch here. I'll zoom in. As you can see, I kind of use my thumb to put a little indentation. As you can see, 2 spots there where I didn't have any eggs for that. But this is the important and key process that will keep them in the incubator on this substrate. Again, I put a closed lid on top, but again, monitoring the eggs. They will hatch around 40 to 60 days, but you can see the heartbeat here. This is before vessels can even be seen. It's hard, you don't always see this all the time, but really cool to really appreciate. See, because this actually drops into the middle of the egg, and then you start seeing vessels at day 6. So again, day 6 is very key. If you do candle your eggs, just to know that they are fertile, because you can have duds. I even have some where it looks like the male mate. You see the male lock and you still get some duds. Again, just showing you here, when they're about to hatch, all the vasculature and vessels actually retreat, and you can see if you look closely on this egg, the collared lizard actually wiggles around and moves. This is actually 2 days before it hatches. And again, remember, key 40 to 60 days, depending on the temperature you really incubate. You can see the higher and lower aspects. And then finally, step 4, once they have hatched, I'd like to keep them in the incubator for around 24 hours. I air them out every day, and especially when they're in there, I might air them out more just to give them some air. But you want to make sure that their lungs are underneath them before you move them out. And I transition them to a nice enclosure with the proper temperatures, proper UVB, but on paper towels, because I don't want to give them any of the wash play sand, which is ideal for these, until I know that they're eating crickets or dubia nymphs, whatever you decide is their main food source, to have them be able to take it down nice and easy. So I literally just put the container in there, let them climb out themselves. Don't want to stress them out too much because they are neonates and newborns. You can see the one posing up against his brother or sister there, but settling in the basking spot because they like the warmth. And again, this is very important and a key step to hatching your own collared lizard and making sure that they're fine. Generally in a week, I will transition them to the 40-gallon or 75-gallon with substrate. So you can watch some other clips on this, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more videos to come. Thank you.